Growing up, my favorite Atari game was Asteroids. I liked it in the arcade, but I also really liked the Atari 2600 version. It wasn't exactly like the arcade game, but it was so colorful, and it still had that doont sound that was really visceral, and it played great and it looked great. And that's kind of funny because the arcade version of it had all these buttons to control it, but actually one of the nice things about Asteroids on the Atari 2600 was that it controlled great with the joystick. And that was always one of the great things about the Atari 2600, that even with the more complex games, developers still had to map the controls to that iconic joystick and single button, which made all these games really approachable. There were obviously video game systems before and after, but that was the first one to really make a big cultural impact. Atari was obviously big in the arcades, and they were able to translate a lot of that magic to the home, even though the hardware was limited. So even at the time, the Atari 2600 wasn't necessarily the most powerful console out there, the quality of the games was still right up there with anything else on the market at the time. It was a lot of fun, it was approachable, and I think that a lot of the appeal is this nostalgia of a simpler time, of a time when it was pure fun. You know, you didn't have to deal with cinematics, you didn't have to deal with, you know, a whole bunch of crazy controls. It was all there in the, you know, in this relatively modest faux wood-grained package.